in this week's parsha, Yitro, it says that Yitro heard. He heard all the great things that God did for Moshe and the nation, and he takes Zipporah and Moshe and Zipporah's two sons, Gershom and Eliezer, and he decides to go meet up with them where they were encamped by the mountain. And it's very moving and fascinating to read the Pasukim when he reaches Moshe. And you can hear the excitement in the Pasuk, in Moshe's reaction, how it says Moshe went out to greet his father-in-law, and he bowed down and he kissed him, and they asked one another how they were doing, and then they went into the tent and they had further elongated discussion on all the events that had occurred. And I think this is very striking, very moving, and important to reflect on it for a moment. If you think about Moshe's life, from the moment that he was born, at a young infant age, taken away from his mother, growing up in a palace where he was not like the Mitzrim, and he wasn't like the Jewish people. He was neither here nor there, never anyone to relate to him, and stood up for justice, had to run away. And the first person I think that he encountered and developed a very close relationship where one really understood the other was with Yitro. Yitro understood his nature was good when he was at the well and he saved Yitro's daughters, and the daughters went back and told him the story. He's like, this man he's a great man, a great character. People don't just do things like that. Go get him, bring him back. And we're told there that Moshe desired to stay with Yitro. He also saw the good qualities within Yitro. They bonded on a level of they understood each other. They had the same values, they had the same morals, they had the same ethics. And they developed a really close relationship. And you can sense that in the Pasukim here. And Moshe, when he had to go back, because God said, go, it's time, you're going to be the leader, you're going to save the people. He had to go back. Although he was going to Aaron, who was his brother, he hadn't seen him, he hadn't had a chance to develop a relationship. He was missing, they were apart for most of their lives. And now he's going, and he's the leader of the Jewish people. He's approaching the Paro, and he really went straight into this leadership role. And it's really hard, I believe, for people that are in such roles. They're looked up to such a degree, to such a level, that people forget the fact that they're human and that they have human needs, and they're always being taxed on for, as we see at the mountain, when Yitro came, that people were bombarding him with questions and difficulties, and just from early in the morning till late at night. And he really had nobody that he could just be himself and just talk and feel that he has somebody who cares about him, somebody he cares about, to understand one another. And Yitro was that person. When he came, there was a big sense of relief that he felt, wow, now I could just be with someone who understands and who cares about me. And it's important that even Moshe on the highest level, on the man's on the highest level, people forget that those people are people too. And it's important to keep that in mind, because our expectations are so high, and we don't give them the space and the things that they need when they're a leader, and we think they're there for us. But leaders are people too, and they have emotions and they have needs, and sometimes even to be advised, like Moshe was advised by Yitro. Why? Because Yitro was not only wise, but he cared about the well-being of Moshe. And I think that's an important lesson. No matter who you are, we all need somebody who just knows us and loves us and cares about us for who we are. And sometimes it's hard to find that once that person attains a position. But a lot of times it's the people that were there for before you, that helped you, that were with you, that watched you grow, and you grew with them and developed relationships. Those people are invaluable. Nobody knows you like those people. Nobody cares for you like those people. And those are connections and attachments that we need to value, cherish, and nourish forever. Shabbat Shalom.